Happy Halloween, everyone! See what I did there? As you can see, I'm not at any Halloween parties because I'm sad and lonely and no one invites me. Anyway, what I'm here to do is tell you the news for Doctor Who today. As always, we got some interesting stuff, brand new promo images for the 60th, we've got a new guest star for Series 15, or at least the accompanying Christmas special, as well as some new details surrounding things like Tales of the TARDIS, and a bunch of other little bits and bobs like that. Things are really heating up now. Tomorrow is the 1st of November, which, as you all know, is when a bunch of stuff dropping. We've got Classic Who on iPlayer, Tales of the TARDIS, we've got the concerts also dropping on iPlayer, a bunch of other stuff, and I have no doubt a bunch of other cool bits of news. Depicts magazine is dropping tomorrow as well. Hugely exciting stuff. But before we get into any of that, feel free to subscribe if you're new, that'd be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to give you the latest and greatest Doctor Who news as soon as I can, and we're trying to get as many subscribers as possible before the 60th. Can we get to 23,000 before the 60th? I don't know, probably not, but I think it'd be funny given that that's when the anniversary date would be, the 23rd of November. Hey ho, we'll see. But let's just get right into it. So to start off with, I do want to talk about something a little bit negative. Obviously, I've been very positive surrounding Doctor Who these last few days, but I do want to talk about something that's a little bit less positive. Obviously, last night we covered the reveal of Tales of the TARDIS, the very first Whoniverse spin-off, which revolves around old Doctors and companions recounting their adventures, which looks very cool. However, Russell T Davies did confirm on Instagram that there are no plans for it to be made available abroad outside of the UK as of yet. I'll read the whole Instagram statement and we can talk about it. He also gives some interesting details with regards to Tales of the TARDIS as well. The Doctor and Tegan meet again and face some difficult memories from the past. Companions from the 60s, Stephen and Vicky, find themselves back on board the TARDIS with a very special wish, while Jamie and Zoe can't possibly remember each other after their memories were wiped, or can they? Joe Grant's got a very important message for Kite Langer. The 7th Doctor and Ace need to face some fundamental truths, while the 6th Doctor and Perry are reunited after so many years, but with anger or joy. Tales of the TARDIS on the BBC iPlayer on November 1st. Original cast, lovely scripts. It's enormous, fun, big, bright, and hanky. It's devastating. I'm so proud of this and these wonderful actors. Brilliant work from producer Scott Hancock, 1984, and director Joshua M.G. Thomas. The official Whoniverse starts here. BBC Doctor Who, BBC iPlayer, Doctor Who magazine. I've no news whether these will ever be available abroad. Sorry, right now they're iPlayer only for license fee payers. So here's the thing, he also did a little bit of a follow-up to this when someone asked about seeing it in the rest of the world on Disney+. Someone said, love this, I'm beyond excited, but if it's the first official Whoniverse spin-off, then shouldn't it be on Disney+ too for the rest of the world? To which Russell responded, no Disney money went into this, only the BBC license fee, so it's for license payers. So here's the thing, I completely get why people are frustrated about this, because it does kind of suck that these things aren't going to be made available outside the UK. And I kind of have to be the guy, the British guy who's complaining about it on the behalf of people outside of the UK. It does suck, it always sucks when there are barriers to entry for these things and region locking. It's not ideal. In an ideal world, everything would be in every country, ideally. But obviously that's not how it works. Now, obviously we know through Disney Plus that some of the rights to do streaming for things like Classic and Revived Who currently sit with other streamers. HBO currently has New Who, BritBox, I believe, currently has Classic Who. So obviously that would explain why the back catalogue isn't coming to Disney Plus, which does make sense. However, with this, as a lot of people have remarked, it is a Whoniverse spin-off, a Bad Wolf spin-off, so would it be nice to see it on Disney Plus. At the same time, though, like Russell T Davies said, given that it is license fee funded, I can understand why they were hesitant to put it on another service, because I suppose it could be seen as, being given to people who don't pay the license fee. But at the same time, again, you could make the argument that international fans more than pay their way through things like merchandise and HBO subscriptions, BBC America, and all the rest of it. So there's a really difficult thing to walk here. Obviously, if I had it my way, and obviously I think if Russell had it his way, being realistic, everything would be on everything. But the unfortunate reality is there are certain region locking things in place. I do feel really bad for my international friends, and I do hope that this comes to, those services someday. I mean, hey, maybe they'll do a DVD release in a few months. Who knows? At least then there'd be a way of watching it. But I can understand completely why this is disappointing. At the same time, though, I don't think this is Russell T Davies' fault. I think this might just be more of a right streaming BBC issue, which, it's not great, but I understand why it is the way it is. I'm sure there'll be ways to watch it for international fans, even if that has to resort to, let's say, not fully official means. On the topic of Tales of the TARDIS, though, it was confirmed that Sam Watt, who was the composer for Sarah Jane Adventures and I think Wizards vs. Aliens, is the composer. It's nice to see a different person obviously take on the music, and obviously they've got plenty of experience working with Murray Gold type shows. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. Russell also posed for an Instagram picture with Fraser Hines and Wendy Padbury, saying, "Tomorrow on BBC iPlayer, Tales of the TARDIS. Many years ago, Jamie and Zoe had their memories wiped by the Time Lords. Can love and friendship overcome the power of Gallifrey? Wendy Padbury and Fraser Hines back on board the TARDIS in the first time in 54 years. Very, very cool. I'm glad they're acknowledging the memory wipe from the War Games. I'm glad that's not being fully retconned, because that's a really, really kind of tragic companion exit in much the same way Donna Nobles is. So I'm glad they're acknowledging that. I'm just wondering what the context is for this whole sort of TARDIS voyage that all the different Doctors and Companions are going on. Can't wait to find out tomorrow. It's going to be very exciting. We also got some news regarding the 60th anniversary home media releases. This time that the Blu-rays will include the full episodes of Doctor Who Unleashed, episodes 1, 2, and 3, comprising the Star Beast, Wild Blue Yonder, and the Giggle. This is separate from the behind-the-scenes features already listed, so even more value for the Blu-ray release. If you can get the Blu-ray release, especially I'm getting the Steelbook. I don't normally even get Steelbooks, but this one does seem really worth it. Interestingly, it was confirmed by Matthew Waterhouse, who plays Adric, that they were planning to do 4th Doctor introductions, or whatever you want to call them, for Tales of the TARDIS, bits for Tales of the TARDIS with the 4th Doctor. Tom rarely venturing forth, Lala abroad, and Louise far too busy, so obviously they didn't go through with that, which is a shame. I would have loved to have seen it. However, at the same time, it's nice to see the other Doctors get more of a prominence, because quite often Tom is the centre. And hey, I love Tom, that's not a bad thing. But I do think it's nice that the other Doctors have kind of gotten their time in the spotlight as well. And then we've got some more filming stuff. This is in St. Mary's Street, Cardiff. You can see here they're setting up PKE lighting and also a taxi, which is very, very cool. Once again, another sort of London taxi. This era seems obsessed with taxis. I've seen them all the time. They're in the 60th, Series 14 stuff, and Series 15 stuff. Lots and lots of taxis, which is very interesting. So apparently this started filming around 5 or 6 this evening, and this was them setting up. And then we've also got some shots of Christmas decorations being set up, I believe. There are 3 locations, so you've got Sandringham Hotel, Dirty Martini, and the Old Arcade. I think these are all near St. Mary Street. But it was also confirmed by Doctor Who filming locations that Joel Fry is on location inside the Dirty Martini Bar, Cardiff. So this is a new guest star. So for those of you who don't know, Joel Fry's been in a bunch of different things. He was recently in Our Flag Means Death, which I've heard is very good. He was also in Cruella, which I've also seen, which was, whatever. But for me, I know him mostly from the show Plebs, which is basically like a Roman-based comedy series, and interestingly, the slave in that show called Grivio, who's kind of a dim-witted slave character, he is the same actor who played Ratigan in the Sontaran 2-part. So that's a little fun fact for you. But yeah, I really like Joel Fry. I think he's a very good comedic actor. Very, very good actor. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. Hopefully he'll be more of a series regular, because I honestly quite like him. And I'll say Plebs was never the same after he left. And then here you can see some shots of Joel Fry on location. Not much to report other than the fact that he's in a smart suit. Perhaps this kind of indicates more sort of the historical period, perhaps, because obviously he's in a very sort of almost old school gangstery suit, like sort of 1910s, 20s gangster suit maybe, which would kind of fit the New York theme, but I'm just guessing that. Doctor Who is having a special episode on BBC Newsnight, or at least it's going to be a special feature on BBC Newsnight. 10:30 p.m, it will feature a 5-minute piece on Doctor Who, taking a whistle-stop tour through 60 years of how the show has grappled with politics and social issues, presented by Toby. Now, I gotta quickly apologise to Toby just because I said his name wrong in one of my previous videos, and I greatly apologise for that. I'm terrible with names. Apologies. Also had an announcement that Radio Times is going to be made available very, very soon, and with that we got an exclusive image of David Tennant in what very much looks to be the TARDIS corridor from the leaked images, which I'm not going to show on screen for obvious reasons, but this one looks absolutely fantastic. He looks incredible. That costume is, it's my favourite Doctor costume, or one of. It's like everything that worked about the 10th Doctor's costume, just refined to perfection. I love it. But that's not all. We also had an SFX image preview before the full SFX magazine article comes out tomorrow. 28 pages, I believe. And yeah, this one is a similar thing. Same corridor. Interestingly, it's quite blue. And the reason I say that is in the leaked images, it was looking rather white. So I think that lends credence to the idea of colour changing. I mean, you can even see rings of light around it. I'm pretty confident this is a TARDIS corridor. But yeah, David looks absolutely fantastic. What a guy. And that was going to be where this video ended until they've officially announced the Whoniverse ident, basically the MCU equivalent for Doctor Who. That's going to be all things Doctor Who encompassed from November 1st. Essentially, that's what they're branding it under. They're branding it under the Whoniverse. They've released the full intro, and we're just gonna watch it. This is so weird, having a Marvelized Doctor Who intro. I'm kind of here for it, though. Let's check it out. So yeah, it says, "Welcome to the Whoniverse. The TARDIS doors are open. iPlayer welcomes the biggest collection of Doctor Who with over 800 episodes and its vast worlds beyond, available from November 1st. Let's give it a watch." Shooting out a new image, nice. Amy, nice. Susan, William. I love it. That looks incredible. Like the visuals, the space. Let's see if we can, discern any like sort of details for this. Apologies if it was a bit loud. I mean, I didn't expect to record this extra bit. Let me go frame by frame. I'm going to be one of those guys. You got Amy, Rose, Susan, Sarah Jane, Joe Grant, and yeah, you do have Ruby Sunday right at the bottom there. If you look at that, right at the bottom, very cool. Gwen as well, and Martha. Oh, this is lovely. Daleks in colour. Those are 60s Daleks in colour. Are they doing colorizations? Okay. Ooh, boy. Okay, this is getting crazy. We've got Tomb Cybermen over there. Oh, we've got the Bane, the Sea Devils, the Weeping Angels. Oh, I love it. Missy there. Nice. The Whoniverse. I love the graphics. Lovely stuff. That TARDIS looks lovely as well. Love it. Very nice stuff. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to cover that, but here you go. There's my thoughts on the Whoniverse intro. But that about wraps up this video. If you did enjoy, be sure to give it a like, comment down below your thoughts, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you later.